Hey everybody, Jay Barbino here, welcome back. Continuing UEDAIP, it's a mod for StarCraft Remastered that remakes the 3 Brood War campaigns. Interesting stuff so far that we've seen. So we're heading into Chapter 3, Legacy of the Xel'Naga. Could skip these as usual, we've seen them, we know. Let's go and see what's up.
Remember, young Templar, Cerebrats can be killed only by Dark Templar weapons and energies. My brethren will make short work of any Cerebrat.
As fallen Dark Templar, Revenants are able to kill Cerebrats with their melee warp blades.
Executor, our sensors show that the 2 Cerebrats are surrounded by spore colonies. We will deploy our Corsairs to compensate for their defenses. Join us. Yes.
So do these... It says these have a melee attack? I've seen these before. They have the double attack, which is really cool. I know they technically attack the ground, so their damage range is pretty ridiculous. They might end up doing a huge amount of damage depending on random chance, or none at all. So what if I... Huh. So they can defend themselves pretty effectively as they get surrounded as well. I guess the difference is they have way less survivability. We have 2 different faction colors here as well. Also, what are these? Let's go and look. We have an Arbiter we can recall down on top of them, and let's just start making some additional units here. So what do we need for these? Cybernetics Core. These are Templar Archives. If we could rescue those, then we can start making Dark Templar ourselves. Let's grab Citadel of Adun. And then we're going to need some gas here moving forward, so let's go ahead and get this saturated. Are we on a complete island? Like, this map layout is definitely different.
My life for hire. You must construct additional pylons.
Repower and fortify abandoned Protoss structures for future use. Future when? To fortify installations, place and maintain 2 photon cannons near them. Installations? Here, I guess let's get down there. Let's keep looking around for more of this stuff. There's a fleet beacon right there. So it says for future use. I mean, I assume that gives me access to... Okay, I need more pylons first and foremost. Let's focus on actually playing the mission. Future use, so this could be bank data related. It could be just saying, like, for this mission, you know, you can make carriers, but only... Oh, no, I can build a fleet beacon. Never mind. Ah, no! Oh, shoot, I sent my Arbiter away. Hang on. I'm just really intrigued. This might be a situation where I'm going to want to just reload. It's interesting that I have an Arbiter. I can't make more. So this one Arbiter is actually... Well, we lost one of the Templar Archives. I don't like whatever's going on down here, so let's again send around the shuttles. I think faster than the Arbiter. I honestly don't know if that's true or not. I'm just going to send the shuttle around. This might be a situation where I'm going to want to just... I think I'm just going to want to do some experimentation and then restart, because again, these outlying buildings are like way, way out there. Did my probe survive? Yeah, no, he's still in there. Okay, there's that. Again, I'm just trying to like find what is here. If we take the Nexus, do we gain vision on all of them? Yes. This is so strange, but also extremely intriguing. Repower and maintain abandoned Protoss structures for future use. I need to get more information on this. It also said that I needed to put 2 cannons near installations. Are there, like, actual installation and, like, doodad entrances where we can control those for reinforcements or something? Or are installations referring to this stuff? So this gives us another Nexus. So it seems to me like, again, I'm just... This is for science at this point. I'm gonna probably go and ask for some more information. Okay, I was wondering, I'm like, the introduced Corsairs, where are they? They're up here. So this went down. I wonder, like, the shield battery and the cannons are one installation. But again, future use, what does that mean? This stuff is just all over the place. Again, I'm going to have to experiment with this and see what happens. I could just try repowering some stuff and see what happens as well. Again, we do for science, and then we restart after I get some more info. But this is, again, it's really interesting. We have vision on the Xel'Naga temple. And you know what? I think I understand now. This map, this layout is the last mission. I see it now, because this is Artanis' base, this is Zeratul base. Also, having an allied AI here is quite nice. And then the Zerg populate the entire outlying areas. Like, this is usually red, and then orange and brown are on these outlying islands. And the original Mission 3 sort of reflected that, but not quite. See, the attacks that are going for these, they still attack them. Like, if I can get out really early and set up defenses, we might be able to save a good amount of these. Interesting. Again, it's not clear to me. I wonder, because it's a build 2 cannons, like, 2 cannons where? Like, there's several buildings down here. Does this count as one? I now have access to this. Does this count as one? And when it says build 2 cannons, do I need to build them adjacent to it? Let's try. Let's repower this gateway, or like maybe we could power the fleet beacon. We've got this up here as well. This island is pretty separated, so this area is going to be hard to hold on to, I think. Cybernetics cores, there's 2. Like, obviously I don't need 2 cybernetics cores, but the nice thing is, like, for example, we got a free Citadel of Adun. And we got free Templar archives just for this mission, so I don't need to be building those tech buildings. There were gateways down here that were now destroyed. Get those repowered, and we have some units down here. So rather than having to drop, I could technically fortify the bottom area with all these tech structures and then rebuild down here. And I don't, like, whatever happens to this base, once we mine it out, doesn't really even matter. We can focus on the left side of the map, and then we have a ground path into yellow and cyan. Yeah, see, they do occasionally send these groups out, but you have some time, so maybe if we do some experimentation, we can see the order that they're attacking in. Okay, so let's... And, you know, my main base hasn't... I was just about to say hasn't gotten attacked at all. So there's an attack right here, but the fact that we're not getting attacked really right away, to me, means that I probably, yeah, get him with that melee attack. These things are cool. Again, they're very fragile, but they can deal out a ton of damage. So, like, these plus a ton of zealots should be enough to wipe this map clean, I think. Okay, yellow sets a base up here. Again, I wonder if there's a way that I could save most of these, but it depends on how it... Again, I don't understand fully how it's treated, if that makes sense. Like, how this exactly works. So maybe I should get some info on that. Or maybe it's supposed to be vague, and I'm just supposed to experiment a little bit. See, I set these up, didn't give me anything. Also, like, yeah, do I need cannons next to the assimilator? There are 3 Templar archives. Do we need all of them to survive, or just 1? That's the kind of stuff I'm just not sure about yet. But again, because again, this is all for science, we've learned that our main base is not getting hit very hard here at all. So, like, I could probably still, even though I've done virtually nothing, I've clicked on nothing, I've built nothing recently, I could probably survive and go ahead and win the map. But I'm more intrigued to figure out these odd little installations. Again, if you use the installations or if there's something else. I'll get more information and I'll come back after doing some for science exploration. Okay, so I got a lot more information on this, and I have tried a few times to get a good build down to actually get out and try to save those structures. The structures, if you save them / fortify them with cannons, they each give you a different little bonus, you or your allies, a little bonus on the last mission of the campaign. So that seems fun. Even if the bonuses aren't that great, it seems neat to try to get them all at least. So it's really just hard to get out and snag these structures and defend them, considering that there's a lot of randomness around how the enemies attack and work and where they go. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some probes and bring some Dark Templar, and I'm going to send this down here to start fortifying the Templar archives, and then we're going to activate I'd like to activate the Nexus as soon as possible so that we can get all the vision we need.
Our sensors show that the 2 Cerebrids are surrounded by spore colonies. We will deploy our Corsairs to compensate for their defenses.
Okay, so this is the first area that needs the most help, I think. So let's go ahead and just throw down a pylon. Also, the areas where you can put defenses down for the cannons to count is really, really generous. All right, I'm going to swing up here and go for the the cannon area, because the cannon bridge is probably the hardest area, I think, to keep alive early, followed by the fleet beacon. So we're going to get these set up as soon as possible. Then let's come down here and grab and hit the Nexus. And then we can also save to ensure that we, like if we have a good start, and then we can react to where the different enemies go. And if I have to reload a lot, I can always cut those. I can cut that out of the video. I move the Arbiter to the upper right because I can deny the... I'm able to just outright deny the yellow expansion once it's set up. Okay, looking good, and then we want to make sure that we keep getting some stuff to defend us at home to fight back the first attack. Though it's possible the first attack won't necessarily go for our base, so that's why we're going to be saving a lot. Okay, so probe, I'm going to send you over here. I'm going to repower these cannons as well. Okay, so why don't you come on up here and build this pylon. Let's throw down a save, because again, they're probably going to be attacking any of these locations at any moment now. And I'm not going to need a huge amount of defense, but just enough to kind of push back like the occasional group of Mutalisks and Zerglings. Alright, and then I need to set up more around this location as well. Trying to just get more probes so that we can stay saturated and get probes into these different locations to get the pylons set up. So like these are valuable because it allows me to build gateway units directly out of them. Here comes some Zerglings that it looks like they're going for these bridge cannons. What I'm still not 100% clear on is what is worth what. So, like, do I need all of these Templar archives, or do I just need one? That's what I'm not super clear on just yet. Okay, so you stay here, and then let's power these up, and then I'll get some more cannons on the outskirts. Okay, let's send the shuttle back to grab another probe. So it's very interesting. It's different. And it's pretty cool. Again, okay, so this is getting set up, so I'm going to go ahead and recall this group in. And the Arbiter's got this really wacky, like, splash attack now. I think it's pretty neat. Okay, let's move on down. Sort of protect the ledge. Okay, so that should be acceptable, and then it's trying to, again, keep this all set up here. I need a probe over here, so I could recall it, or I could just throw a probe into the shuttle. I can also take the upper left area so that it's just mine. Let's unload here. And I need some, definitely additional defense around the fleet beacon, because I feel the fleet beacon is one of the hardest things to hold on to, without a doubt. You know what, you can be stuck, that's fine. Random thing down here, let's go ahead and get this powered. Of course, that's fine though, that's fine. Let's just grab a couple units and get down here and make sure that this stays relatively safe. I did send a... Oh, you son of a bitch. Let's see if we can get the Corsairs way down there in time to stop that. Don't chase this stuff, buddy. You don't need to do that. I had picked up a probe and put it in a shuttle, and now I don't know where it is. I really could use that. There it is. Okay. So unload here, and then we can start getting scouts pretty quickly. So that'll be really useful. Let's get the pylon here, and then we'll go to the upper left to get the cyber cores. Oh, it's turning into a Guardian. That's actually good, because then we can, you know, kill it. Let's save, because I don't think we've lost anything just yet.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
And spending the money as necessary. Okay, drop this guy off. Let's grab a scout so we can fly it around. Getting scout speed from the fleet beacon that we've got also will be really useful. And again, I think this is going to be like putting scouts on the peripheral so that we can kill these. We can kill these Guardians. Hold position, please. Just hold position. This area is fine. Just hold position. This is good. This is good.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
We denied the yellow base, as I said, very important, and then we want to get enough defense up here because it's on an island, so let's send the shuttle back to get another probe, or we can recall one, actually.
We are vigilant. We are vigilant.
Cyan has not attacked me yet. That's bound to be incoming here pretty soon, and I haven't really been building that much to repel it. I think I just want to get some zealots at home. Or maybe they have. Maybe they have, and I missed it. I don't know. Okay, so this being set up will be really, really useful. We'll get some cannons in case they try to go around me. Looks like the Scion attack is actually going to come from this direction. They don't have any detection, though, so we may actually be okay here. Okay, Scion has, like, goofy Psi-related attacks, so he can spawn in random units like that. Is that my... Yeah, it is. Just get back here, buddy.
We are vigilant. Yes.
Okay, probe is still trapped, right? It's fine. I think I'll send another one up there. Keep getting probes, get some more gas, and then I'm going to start rallying up more units.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
No. Hold position. Hold position. We just have to keep killing these Guardians. Get some defense set up here. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good, and then we can start harvesting from this. We can get some more units on gas. We can start getting upgrades. I'm going to get another forge. My home base seems okay for now. I did build a scout, didn't I? So let's maybe move this down here to, like, this location, because, again, we know air units seem to be coming from down here. Expensive scout movement speed, I think, will be really, really valuable here. Okay, that's not done yet. I don't know where I put my Corsairs, actually, and I hope they're not dead. In fact, they're almost definitely dead. Oh, I sent them down here, actually. Let's get these back up here. This is why I set up some additional cannons up here, and I'm going to get one or two more. And then get Dragoon range, even though I don't know if Dragoons are
You have not enough minerals.
the right choice or not. Where are those Corsairs? Because I was flying them up here. We gotta shoo away these Guardians. Okay, so you all are just gonna stay on hold position, and then I need another probe over there. Probe, come on up here. Gotta try to keep this this thing alive. Again, they're gonna keep trying to sneak in Guardians in this direction. Let's get some more stuff. Well, let's get like one or two cannons up here just in case, because they're going to try to sneak by. They may. And then let's try to get a little infrastructure set up down here, and then get more scouts.
You have not enough minerals.
Okay, looking good yet. Scion is still trying to get through here. Okay, Brown is still doing his thing. I appreciate that.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
That's looking good. And I don't need many cannons, but I have map control at this point. Right, I haven't powered everything that I need to power, but I've powered most of what I need to power. So again, let's just try to continue being diligent. Did I? Yeah, I did. I paid for the scout speed. I think that's worthwhile. See, this is a pretty big air attack. We're sort of shooing them away. If we can just kill the Mutalisks. Then our fleet beacon is safe. And we can build more later. Okay, get on down here. Unable to attack target. What's unable to attack target? I love these the Revenant attacks. It's just absolutely wild. Okay, so ground armor. And Zealot speed. The other thing too is at this point, if this upper right base dies, that would honestly be fine for me. I really wouldn't mind. This is not safe, so let's go ahead and get some cannons up here. Okay, and let's grab attack range as well. Oh, they're not backing off this time. They really, really wanted that single. Really wanted that single probe. So this is going to take way longer than is necessary, I think, just because of the way that I'm doing it. But I don't know. Trying to save all this stuff is pretty fun to me. So I'm going to keep doing it. I did not have enough defense here. But like I said, I'm less concerned about this base, and maybe I'll just let them have it. I could also load a save. We can save this base if we just build some zealots. Alright, and let's repower this base as well. Get another forge. I have cyber cores just sort of scattered around the map. I've got all my tech is just sort of around. Brown is also slowly helping. So if we just allow him to keep doing what he's doing, we're in good shape. Keep making probes here, and then I'm going to make gateways. Just 1 or 2 gateways so that I can reinforce this upper area if necessary. My god. Stop it. It's endless. I need to just, again, get another probe up there to just keep setting up cannons that will distract. That's the only area that seems like it could be a problem. Okay, and Cyan has left this base, so cool. Destroyed some of my probes, that's fine. We don't need that many more.
Upgrade complete.
Okay. And then air weapons is obviously going to be really nice. I wonder if, I mean, Brown I doubt can do this himself, but can probably make a good go at it if we, you know, give him the opportunity to do it. I could also take this. There's several bases that I could take. I'm going to save. I'm going to cycle a save again, because this is, I mean, I haven't lost into the outlying stuff. It's all just sort of silly, but, again, we're going to do it, and then we're going to, I think I'm just going to keep making scouts. We can support Brown and just make scouts. I don't know if we need all these powered. I don't know. This area seems okay. Let's probably want to get a few more scouts so that they can roam around the map. I also can make carriers, which would maybe be a little overboard, but could be fun. Okay, Yellow's air attacks are going to be getting out of hand, so I need to start making typical gateway stuff and try to push into Yellow soon. So, like, we rally here-ish.
We are under attack.
It's hotkey here and here and here, and just make Revenants and Zealots. We can afford them for sure, and we just have to keep our defense. We need to keep our defense fresh, and that's it. I don't have anything that's particularly... we don't have any robo-bays. Oh, you know what? There's more over here that I forgot about, actually.
The warriors have engaged the enemy.
So let's get this set up so we can get some observers, because we do have an observatory.
My life for ire.
Okay, looking good, and I'm just going to get a couple Revenants to sit down here. And then these 3 gateways down here are going to be where the majority of my units will actually be to help us push out. Okay, hold position here.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Teal is on their own little island, so they can stay there. It's fine. Let's go ahead and save. It's interesting, again, the Scion faction has its own little goofy quirks. Okay, now Scion has a bunch of Guardians as well. Okay, keep it up. They're trying to get towards us, but they're not going to be able to. Just keep shooing them away. Okay, cool. Scouts and scouts. Move them down here, because this is the only location that's really under threat. Hold position. Killing the overlords that have stuff. Yeah, they have things inside of them. Okay, and then just keep making... Eventually, we're going to have a nice-sized force, eventually, but we're not there yet. But we'll have a nice big force that I've been rallying up to this location here that eventually we'll be able to push into the enemy base. We're not there yet. +3, probably worthwhile. Again, I have so much gas, way more gas than I could need. Air weapons seems worth it at this point as well, and really just keeping an eye on where there might be airdrops. So let's get some scouts and spread them out here. What I like about this map is the theme is definitely map control, and it's not really super telegraphed to you right at the beginning, but it's there. It's there somehow. I never took this base either. I could go and do that. I think I have enough bases. I think I just need to saturate them. Vespene guys are depleted. I have more than enough geysers at this point. Thank you. Okay, start level 3, and then we need to make sure that we have the DTs with us that can actually kill stuff, the Cerebrits. 650. Look how much this carrier costs. Holy shit. And it's 10 supply. Wowee. Brown's just been pecking away. We've essentially... we've got the enemy stuck in their base, which is neat. I'm also utilizing the captured buildings to actually do stuff, which I like. I like to do stuff. Yeah, that's right. The Jay Barrino story. Okay, so what's next? You got this little, like, mini area here, and it actually looks like my ally's going to take care of it. I like that. I love it.
Upgrade complete. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Alright, and then let's just get some additional zealots to sit down here. Not super necessary, but we're all good. Okay, zealots, and then what am I building out of this one? Revenants. So again, soon enough, I'll be able to do this. My ally took care of this expansion. I wonder if they're going to try to rebuild it or not. And as long as we've got the coastlines covered, we're able to make this happen. Again, I don't know how much supply I'm going to need to push into the enemy bases. I'm very tempted to at least get one of these carriers. Like, what's the fuss? Why are they crazy like this? Maybe it's just supposed to deter you from making mass carriers? I don't know. Well, it's building. And we'll grab carrier capacity. We've got +3 attack. Again, Brown is doing it. Again, my goal has been to just take and hold these structures. Okay, so this one's done. I need 2 cannons here to ensure that this is held. Then I have to go and take this. This is done. This, in theory, is done. I can send another probe up to just make some more cannons just in case. This is done. This will be done. See, these are all unpowered, but I don't think that matters. I think as long as you have the cannons and you technically own the area. But again, we'll make a run-through right before we end the map. But again, I'm not 100% sure what counts and what doesn't. Nekron sent me a screenshot to show the locations, and it seems very generous. Very, very, very generous. These carriers take a very long time to build, so I doubt they're the right choice on this map. I am going to just make more scouts, though. We're going to rally them down here. This is looking good. And again, I'm trying to... I want my... See, I'm spam... Like, it doesn't work. I'm trying to use the mini-map to change my rally points. Unfortunately, just no dice. Alright, and then we need cannons here. That should count. I don't know. Again, this is another one of, like... This stuff should count. Can't be 100% sure. I heard carrier has arrived. It doesn't even start with its interceptors. That's so expensive. Holy shit. This better be the coolest carrier that's ever existed. Alright, and again, I'm going super overboard, but that's because I'm on a roll, and I don't want to... I just want to make sure that I sweep the enemy bases and don't accidentally lose any of this, this stuff that I have access to. We're about to get maxed out, which is fine with me. I have a little bit of defense everywhere, which is definitely it's a unique way to play. I could move in with the Arbiter, too. I think I kind of like the Arbiter where it is and how it's been helping us. Could wait for Brown to do a final attack as well. Okay, so that's going to be our carrier. So this is done. This is done. This one, I'm not 100% sure, so let's just make a few more cannons like at the bottom. We've got those up there and these down here. I don't know if there's a difference. This is done. This is done. Citadel of Adun needs cannoned, and so do the Stargates. This is, again, it's a very interesting concept, and seems it's hard to telegraph to the player what it's about. So maybe giving player vision of the Nexus in the bottom left would be better, because it'll make it very clear what they should be trying to do. or at least giving them the option to do it. Whereas, like, I saw those Templar archives, and I was like, oh, interesting. So I went and I looked. And that's when I was like, oh, I gotta get all this stuff. But at that point, it's too late. Like, you really need to be working from the beginning to make this happen. Okay, this is my rapid response team to save the fleet beacon. This is a pretty good force, I'd say. So let's get into position to move through this little lower area, and then we're gonna attack my... let's go ahead and safety save, and then continue to make zealots, because they're cheap, and we can build them quickly. We're actually running out of resources. I mean, I have access to so many resource nodes at this point, I just haven't been properly using them. So let's, again, I just saved, so let's try to just sort of dip in here. I like how scouts are cheaper, by the way. It's very, very nice. Again, this carrier better be the coolest thing that's ever existed. And we want to kill everything around the Cerebrits and then get into melee range, or we could just attack it with Dark Templar. We just leave my other units to do what they're doing. Did that count? Also, is yellow still hostile to us? I guess technically they'd be feral, but so they're still hostile. I don't know. These Revenants just deal a ton of damage. It's great. Cyan is so interesting just to kind of see what wacky stuff they're doing. Like their Hydralisks can cast Hallucination, and Hydralisks are a pretty cheap unit. This carrier's still alive. I'm not sure if it has more HP or what. These guys need to be in melee range for it to technically count. Look at him go. Get him! It's so weird. Fleet Beacon saved, Templar saved, bonus Vespine saved, Stronger Robotics saved. I didn't see it all, but I think that was everything.
Well done, mighty Protoss. I'm glad to see that you all are as violent as ever.
Kerrigan, what mockery is this?
Relax, warriors. Despite what you may think, I haven't come here to fight you.
This is laughable. Do you truly expect us to believe that your intentions here are honorable? That these Zerg here are not under your sway?
Look, the Cerebrits you've killed were my enemies as well. If you let me explain, I'm sure you'll understand that—
You are the enemy of all who live, Kerrigan. What makes you think we would have anything to do with you?
Because, Zeratul, I bring news of an event that threatens us all. If you'd be so good as to escort me back to your citadel, I'll tell you everything I know.
Very well, Kerrigan. We shall hear what you have to say. But be warned, we will not suffer your treachery here.
I'm just trying to count how many so that I can go back and check the video to make sure I got them all. But I have a save near the end. And yeah, this mission I think is actually quite easy if you just want to win. But if you want to get all the buildings or even some of the buildings, it took me a decent chunk of time, but I think it's more fun to do it this way. And I actually find this to be a very engaging way to force me, at least. It's not for everybody, but I find this stuff to be very motivating to find ways to play better, to do these kind of goofy little challenges. Even though it's not very clear what this is going to net me, it's kind of cool to know that this is going to do something for me later. Like Nekron had mentioned when I asked him, he's like, one of them, like, your ally gets 4 extra Dragoons at, like, the 10-minute mark, right? That's virtually worthless, but still, it's just the idea that it's there, that you can tailor your own gameplay in the future to make it even slightly easier, or harder for that matter, based on what you do on an earlier map, I think is kind of what makes a campaign, right? All newer real-time strategies, for the most part, have some sort of overworld strategic layer where you can do things to beef up your units when you're on the actual missions, and that kind of customization is something that you don't see much of in StarCraft, just because it's a newer feature, and I really like how it's like, this is a really good way to implement it, in my opinion. Again, it's like you take a map that could be relatively simple and spice it up by trying to get the player to do something different. Again, like, we could have just blitzed straight for this base. You know, you get the bottom left nexus, you save up your money, you build a little ball of units like I had, let the outlying bases go, and then you just get in there. It's very straightforward. The Revenants are very strong and really fun to use, though obviously really fragile. But they're cloaked too, so it's neat. Alright, so there's Cybercore. So there's 1, 1, 2, 3 up here because it's Cybercore, Citadel, Stargate. So that's 3 in the upper left. Then there's the robotics core in your robotics bay in your allies base. So that's 4, and then 5 for this little outpost in the bottom left. 6 for the refinery, 7 for the cannons, 8 for the gateways, 9 for the fleet beacon, 10 for the Templar Archive. So there are 10 possibilities. I'll go and check the video to see if I got them all, and if I didn't, I'll just grab them off camera, because very clearly I had this under control. It seems like the key is grabbing the Stargates and getting some air power, extra air power out, so you can chase away Guardians, because those Guardians will go for your tech structures, and you just have to be able to react to those. And again, there's some randomness on where the enemy chooses to attack, specifically Cyan, who seems like Yellow sends random stuff all over the place, but not really coordinated attacks, whereas Cyan sends these groups of like Ultralisks and Hydralisks at certain locations. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. That was neat. I guess I should be showing the score screen. There we go, 59 APM. That's Jay Barino. Cool, I'll see everyone next time. Bye-bye.